Ladies and gentlemen, oh God, what's up with the camera? Good Lord. Like I ain't got no head, huh? Oh my goodness. That's not a good way to start the part out. Okay, that's a little bit better. We're gonna roll with that. Welcome, yes, welcome to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show that is being seen and heard live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, better known as Twitter. I'm in the house today. What's going on? It is Saturday. It's a little bit after 3 o'clock. That means it's time to go in. It means it's time to talk about the Cowboys and a few other things. Listen, I hope that you would come in. Hope that you would share. I hope that you would share and everything. Okay, goodbye, Shelly. There you go. Shelly said bye. She popped in and said bye. Okay. God bless you. You have a great day. Okay. Hi, Aaron. Okay. Mr. King, I see you. Appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to you. Listen, if you want to come in, listen to Facebook. Not only hit those like buttons for me, why don't you at the same time about Evan says I'm tired of hearing them talk about Dak every day. Can they talk about the one tech position? No, because there's not sexes though. I don't know who them are, but I'm talking about Dak today. Ain't no question about it. So I'm gonna set things straight. Well, at least to mine. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna talk about Dak today. William. Hey, what's up, man? The soldiers in the house. What's going on? Happy to the Army. I was a part of the Army as well. It is the 250th day, birthday of the United States Army, which I'm a part of. So, happy Army Day to you, William. I know you're not in America, if I'm not mistaken. Where are you, William? Where are you at right now? I know you're not in America. I know you live somewhere out of the country. Where are you? I forgot. Forgive me for forgive you. I just want to recognize you. What's going on? What am I thinking about? If you want to use Drew, I'm going to talk about all that in a minute. Good to see you, Drew. If you want to use YouTube, use the heart button as you like, double tap that screen. The double likes. I need it for you. I need it today. I need the algorithm to go just a little bit certain for me today. Because I'm talking about a very popular target. That's Dak Prescott, which means haters are on the loose. There it is. You're in England, William. Appreciate you, brothers. 9 o'clock there. Okay, you getting sleep over there. So I'm gonna have you in bed in a minute, all right? Also, if you want to use stars to boost up or help out the podcast, you can. It's not a requirement. If you're on YouTube, use the super chat button as you will, and use it if you want. If you don't, it's okay. Not a big deal. But I appreciate to all of you. Let me start off by saying, before some of you get mad and leave, happy Father's Day to the fathers there. If you're not a natural father, you have father stepchildren, or if you want to call it that. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy fathers to those to those that have mentored young men who people look at you as a father. Happy Father's Day to you. All of those things make things better. It's just good to be a positive role model to whoever, to whoever. You just never know the impact that you will have within your words, your actions. You just never know. Some people will let you know, and then there are some people who will never um, come back and maybe not even say thank you, maybe because of circumstances that they can't, whatever question may be. Uh, you know, just do you and help people out for years. All right. What's going on? Amp, my brother. What's going on, Amp? Hope you're doing fine, man. Amp in the building. Content creator. Amp, you was on earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. If I would have known all that, you should have been on here with me today. We could have combined this thing. Got this thing crazy, right? Kevin says it needs to be sexy. I guess he's talking about the one ticket. The dress is one ticket to be the difference between playoff games and losing in the first round. The common denominator is one ticket is and has been the weakest position on this thing for years. That's true. Probably have to do that on another show. Not doing it today. That is the absolute truth. Kevin just said that. Today, y'all can tell by my title, it's simply this. In Dak we trust. That's the title of it today. So obviously you already know what the subject matter is going to be. I need some of you to tag the Dak haters. And listen, this is a very specific group here. All right. I need you to tag the Dallas Cowboy fans, but they are Dak Prescott haters. That's a special group. They are definitely Cowboy fans. There's no question. But they are hardcore Dak Prescott haters. That's what really I want to talk about today. All you solid Cowboy fans, I really don't want to, I ain't really worried about them. I want to talk to the Dallas Cowboy diehard fans. But the love that they have for the Cowboys is just as equal with the hatred that they have, and I did say hate, for the Dallas Cowboys. For Dak Prescott. I said that. And I believe some of y'all know it is God's honest truth. The real truth be told, I'm already losing people already. I expect it. The real truth of the matter is, man, look, I could very well right now be on live right now with some of them that's sitting right in here now. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It is what it is. You just never, it's amazing that the hatred that seems to keep growing for this dude is special. Drew says we Eagle fans love that. And there's a reason why he says that. Okay? There's a reason why he says that. There's a reason why. Get it. I get it. I ain't really talking to the fan base because they have their reasons why. But the real truth of the matter is, Drew, that Dak Prescott really don't have a real problem with the Philadelphia Eagles. The record speaks for itself. Sure, y'all won the Super Bowl. Sure, yeah. But Dak Prescott, per se, does not really have a problem with the Philadelphia Eagles. Matter of fact, he actually likes to see y'all. That's what the record said. Can I get a witness on that? Can I get a witness on that? Prescott really likes to see y'all. The Eagles. He may not like to see the 49ers. Okay? But Dak Prescott don't have no problem with the Eagles now over his career. Just be honest. He told me to be honest. I'm being honest. What's the record? What is it? You know it. What is it? Is it 9-4 against career-wise against y'all? I think something like that. Now y'all beat up Cooper Rush and Andy Dalton. You know, y'all win now, but for some reason y'all just can't get right. Dak Prescott playing the Eagles now over the years. That's just the truth. You told me to be honest, right? You ain't saying nothing, Drew. Drew, you ain't saying that. There you go. Okay, so you flipped it on me. And I was just saying, you saying the Eagles love Dak. I just said, I don't know why. He beat y'all. And you flipped it to 2-5. I ain't talking about that. I was just answering your question. You said it right here. Look, the 2-5 ain't got nothing to do with this right here now. You say we Eagle fans love Dak. I don't know why he beat y'all. That's what I was going with. Huh? That's all I want to do. Never met you before, NWB. I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you, brother, for popping in. I don't know if you're a Cowboy hater or Dak hater, whatever the case may be, but welcome. Welcome to the show, brother. I ain't got no problem with it. Drew, I was just asking you a question. You know, I ain't talking about 2-5. I ain't talking about it. I ain't talking about that today. Not yet. Well, I am going to talk about it. Let's start this off. Cowboy fan. And nobody who knows football thinks that Dak isn't good dudes top 5. There's a lot of them. A lot of them don't think. Let's get this right. Let me start it off with a bang for all the Dallas Cowboy fans who are Dak Prescott haters. Here's point number 1. Dak Prescott is your quarterback. There it is. That's point 1. Because see, y'all get real excited just as soon as somebody gets signed up as a backup quarterback. Y'all know that, right? Even to the point where y'all think that he's going to lose his job. Y'all got so excited about Trey Lance. Y'all got excited about Andy Dalton. Y'all got excited, really excited now about Joe Milton. And y'all, for some reason, there's a group of people who really believe that Dak Prescott is going to lose his job. That's about simple. Let me give you some breaking news. I ought to have it on my ticker right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now. I might well make folks mad. I already see it. Let me go on make folks mad. Let me go on make folks mad. So, cause this stuff needs to be said before training camp gets started. This needs to be said before the season gets started. Yeah, it does. Because folks don't forget. Here it is right here. Hold on. Just watch this now. And I may have to do this. I may have to do this a lot. Y'all forgive me. I'm going to take my time today. Okay? Y'all just give me some moments. We all just stand together. Here it is. Watch this. Oh, I ain't want that one. I don't want that one. Here it is. There it is right there. Y'all read it for yourself. There it is. Point number 1. You can get mad all you want. I'm not talking to the Dallas Cowboy 100% fans. I'm trying to get everybody to the other side, to be honest with you. I'm talking to the Dallas Cowboy fans, but they hate Dak Prescott just as equally as they love the Cowboys. Let me. I ought to put this down on the ticker right here. You can't have one without the other. That's point number 2. Because the success of Dak Prescott is tied to the success of the Dallas Cowboys. So why in the world are you hating? So you can't cheer for George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb without cheering for Dak Prescott. I'm sorry I'm sorry if this is too basic, but I got to try to get the people over. The fan base is messed up. Mentality just shot. If you're looking for X's and O's, I see Coach Marv in the building. Today, I'm not looking for X's and O's. I'm not looking for scheme and strategy. I'm not looking for conspiracy theory. I'm not here for the coaching staff, what they like to run on third down. I ain't talking about none of that today. I'm talking straight as a fan today to the fan base. How you gonna cheer for CeeDee Lamb and not tie in Dak Prescott with it? Because you do realize who CeeDee is getting the ball from, right? Y'all realize that? I just want to say that. So how we gotta get this straight. You can't have. What the crowd got to say? Crowd, am I making sense, crowd? There you go. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out how you cheer for Jalen Tolbert and Jake Ferguson. Devontae Turpin when he play offense, and then get mad when Dak dropped back. How are they supposed to get the ball? Huh? So before we cheer, because I heard a lot of, I'm hearing a lot of Cowboy fans when the schedule is coming out. I'm hearing a lot of fans say that this team has a chance to win 10 plus ball games this year. I heard a lot of people say that they're even in the 12 range. I heard a lot of people say 10 plus wins, somewhere between 10 and 12 wins this year. Ladies and gentlemen, how is that going to happen if you don't have a good quarterback? See, you want to give credit. That's called backwards credit. You want to give credit to Dak because you know he's capable of putting up 10 to 12 wins, but you don't want to give him credit for nothing. See, you want to acknowledge him, but you want to acknowledge him when the doors are closed. It's kind of like a mistress. You don't want to give the credit to the mistress at all, You want to love on them behind closed doors, You don't want to get in public. You want to make it known. You can't stand the person. You don't even acknowledge the person. But all behind closed doors, the Cowboys going to win the 10 to 12 games. We got the number one offense. We're going to have a great offense. Would you say that if Dak Prescott was not there? Just trying to get your mind back right. Y'all ain't making no sense. If Dak Prescott was not the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, would you be hollering out 10 to 12 wins? If Dak Prescott was not the quarterback of this team, and you gonna go ahead and lie to him, well, Joe Milton can get the job done. No, he ain't. Would you even give Dallas 6 wins if Dak Prescott was not even on this team? You can't have it both ways. You can't. So let's get that right. Breaking news. Dak Prescott is your starting quarterback. $60 million a year. They're not going to sit him on the bench. I hate to break that bad news to you. He ain't sitting on no bench. The only way he's going to the bench is unless he's hurt. Drew says this. Let me move that tick out of the way. Drew says this. Am I sure Dallas is going to have a top offense? Notice I did not say at the time. I said I'm talking about what the pundits are saying. Them same ESPN folks. Same. They saying that this offense should do a lot of damage this year. Give hell. Drew, you're a football guy. You got common sense. You know what this offense is going to do this year. I didn't say nothing. I'm just telling you what football people say. That this offense should be one of the top offenses in the league. But why are they saying that, Drew? Because we got a quarterback. Drew, however, you said this. And of course we don't know because we ain't played no games yet. Drew said 7-9 wins for Dallas this year, in your opinion. I ain't gonna knock that. Football gotta be played. I ain't gonna even say that. I don't think so. I think 7 wins would be if Dak Prescott is not here. One thing, and here are the facts. Since Drew, you said you want me to be factual, here are the facts. When Dak Prescott plays for the season, I ain't talking about when he get hurt now. When he plays for a season, the Cowboys gonna get 10 wins. That's facts. That's facts. That's what the track record says. The track record says if Dak Prescott is healthy, he don't miss games, Cowboys gonna get 10 wins. Those are facts. And he's had far lesser teams than he has right now. Those are facts. Since we on the facts thing, here's another fact, Drew, that you got to deal with. We'll get to the 2-5 in a minute, and 2-5 is fact in the playoffs. But you can't dismiss the other fact. Here's the other fact. If Dak Prescott is healthy, the track record says that he's going to get you 30 touchdowns. The facts also say he's going to get you over 4,000 yards. Am I right, Drew? Am I right? Are those the facts? Am I just throwing numbers out, or am I telling the truth? That's what is that. And usually, and he may, depending on the year, okay, he arranged between 9 to maybe 13 interceptions. That's somewhere in that area. Anything above that is an anomaly. It's really not him. It could happen, but it's really not him. He averages somewhere in that area. I'm just saying. You ain't answer my question, Drew. You throwing up speculation. I'm giving you the facts. You told me to be, Drew. Don't do it now, because you know I'm just doing what you told me to do now. I'm glad the Eagle fan in here. Because Drew, I'm following your lead. What you say? Let me find what you told me, Drew. Let me look up here. Here it is. You told me, and I answered that question. You said, do you really trust that? Let's be honest. Let's be honest to that question. We got to be honest. So I'm being honest. I gave you the facts. This is what he does. This is what he does. Right? There you go. I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying. How did he look? He didn't look good. I'm being honest. He didn't look good. He did not look good last year. Leading up to before he got hurt. Just 1 year though. Just one. What about all the other years? Seemed like a common 3. I'm just telling you, he didn't look good. I don't know if they were gonna win 10 or not, because nobody knows. We had plenty of other games left. We could get hot. I don't know. They could have lost all the games. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But the only factual thing out of your question was he did not look good leading up to it. I give you that. All the rest, what you said, is pure speculation. Okay? Now, let's get to this, which of course, again, is speculation. He said, wait, so a new head coach, new coaching staff, full running back room. Defense is not looking good. But the Dallas team is going to win 10-plus games. Let's go line by line. If we say that when Coach McCarthy got here, he was a brand new coach. He won 12 games, right? New coaching staff, same thing. Poor running back room. Well, that remains to be seen, right? We don't know if it's poor or not. We don't know. We don't know. Could it be better? Yes. But is it poor? That's your opinion. That don't mean it's facts. Defense is not looking good. How do we know that? How? You got plenty of pass rush. You got some cornerbacks that is, hurt. We tried to fill in the gap. We got some, we got some question marks about Elam and, Ravel if he's ready to go. We ain't got no too many questions about Blanton. We had a nickel cornerback who we don't know quite yet who's gonna be that guy. We don't know if the defense is gonna be not good. We don't know that. We don't know that yet. Oh, we don't know that. So I can't get with you on that, man. I'm just giving you the track record for which you did not answer. I said when Dak Prescott is healthy and plays a season, don't the Cowboys, the track record speak for itself. Ain't that about 10 wins a year? It's a winning record. It definitely ain't 79. Hello. It definitely not 79. Not Dak Prescott. I'm just saying. You tell the truth. All right. Now, let's keep moving. We had an old Zeke. Hello. Which I like this question. So again, here you go. I like what you're saying because you're answering my question. You said when McCarthy was hired, you had Dak, Zeke, Cooper, CD, Pollard, and a very good old line. Not like this team now. Oh, okay. Let's go do that. You had Dak, who's still here, and is better than he was when McCarthy was here. Okay, so do the check. Zeke was old. He wasn't nowhere near what he was. Matter of fact, we were trying to get the ball to Pollard. So let's not act like Zeke was. He wasn't the Zeke of 2016. Cooper's always been good. Okay, are we saying Pickens is not good? Because we all know, since you threw CD there, we already know CD is the truth. We know that. Those are facts. So, and then you say a backup in Pollard. Okay, we don't know who our backup. We don't even know who our number one back is. I really don't think it's going to be a number one. I think it's just going to be a committed backfield number one. Just see how good. You saying a very good O-line. Now that part is true. And I would not dare and say that this offensive line, as of now, is nowhere near on the level of a Tyron Smith, a Zach Martin, a Tyler Biotis. I just named 3 Pro Bowlers right there. I'm not gonna say that. So it remains to be seen, but that's just because they may not be on that level. That don't mean that they're trash. Get that right. BB is not trash. Tyler Smith is not trash. All pro, matter of fact. Trust me when I tell you, I've already called it. Tyler Booker is not trash. He's a rookie. He ain't trash. So let's get that right. Yeah, he like the Eagles in NWB. He's an Eagle fan. He's a world champion Eagle fan, which automatically means he's not a Cowboy fan. One thing about Drew though, Drew got sense. He's an Eagle fan that has sense. I can talk with Drew, so I don't have no problem with Drew in the business. Okay, so it's just the truth. This team is talented, just like that team you mentioned. Drew was talented, super talented, as a matter of fact. Okay, it is. It is. But make no mistake about it, whether you like Dak Prescott or not, and I'm talking to the Cowboy fan. The one that's, listen, whether you like it or not, the one that stirs the drink is Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott is not on this team, whether you like him or you don't, the season is over. If Dak Prescott is not on this team, and please don't give me this false hope about Joe Mills. Y'all don't know nothing about Joe Mills at all. Stop it. Y'all thought the same thing about Dalton, and y'all thought the same thing about Trey Lance. And then some of y'all, Lord have mercy today, some of y'all really thought that Cooper Russell was supposed to be the starting quarterback. Let's not forget that. I ain't forgot. So let's not go there. Let's not go there. A lot of folks, because Cooper Russell won X amount of games, and folks were saying, "Oh my God, he's supposed to be the quarterback. He wins." Ain't got no stats nowhere. Nobody don't want to get a credit that the running game was on fire because they decided to finally run it. Nobody don't want to talk about the defense was pretty much on lock. Nobody don't want to talk about that. They want to act like Cooper Russell came in threw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns and stuff like that. It's unbelievable. But make no mistake about it, because I go ahead and say it. It's just the truth. If Dak Prescott goes down, we might as well start getting ready for the NFL draft. Plain and simple, whether you want to admit it or not. But if you're talking about, if your Dak Prescott is in this conversation, and if he is, if Dak Prescott is healthy, you ain't talking about no NFL draft. That's just the truth. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna want to admit it, but it's just the truth. Kid Cowboys entered the building, so I got another Dak hater in the building. He really gonna love this show. He's really finna get crunk up now. It's just the truth. If Dak Prescott goes down, the season is over. Y'all don't want to tell me. Hey, you ain't got to admit it. You ain't got to type it. I know it's the truth, and you know it's the truth. Which really means this thing. If Dak Prescott is your quarterback, and we all just admit you got a chance. How about that? He gives you a chance. It's almost kind of like Romo. Same thing. If Romo is your quarterback, you got a chance. Romo go down, it's over. Huh? And Drew, there it is. Drew right here. Oh, see, I'm coming to all this. Because see, that's the narrative right there. Right there. That I'm coming with. Not right now, but I'm coming with it. He said, not wishing hurt on Dak, but he's injury prone. No one fears Dak. His record against teams over 500 is like 18 and 25. That's bad. It's definitely not 500. That's not a good record. I'll give you that. However, it's a line in that 18 and 25 that you ain't saying, though, Drew. And you know that you ain't telling the whole truth on it. We all know that the quarterback gets the record stats. We know that. We know. But it's a lot in that 18 and 25 though that ain't just 1,000% true now. Hello. Don't worry about it. I'm coming to it because, see, I got to try to get the Cowboy fans right. I got to try to get them right. But I'm gonna leave that stat right there. I got to come back to that. Matter of fact, let me write that down. I'm going to put 18 and 25. Drew. And I ain't just talking to Drew because there's a lot of Cowboy fans that like that stat as well. So I'm gonna get to that in just a second. Number one, Dak is your starting quarterback. Learn to love him. It's the truth. Number two, if Dak Prescott is not your starting quarterback, the season's already over with. Let me address that one statement Drew said there. He said no one fears that. That may be true with some, but however, defensive coordinators know what he will do to you. It's just true. They know Dak will punish you. No, they don't have the same. He doesn't have the same fear factor as a Mahomes. He doesn't have the same fear factor as maybe a Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or whoever, those guys there. Just because you don't have that fear factor does not mean he won't punish you. Don't mean that. Let's not lose our mind. No, no. I would be scared. I'm scared of Mahomes more than I'm scared of Dak. I'm scared of Lamar Jackson more than I am Dak. I'm scared of Allen a little bit more than I'm scared of Dak. But I ain't scared of Trevor Lawrence more than I am Dak. I'm not scared of Jared Goff more than I am Dak. I'm not scared of Justin Herbert more than I am Dak. I just gave you the people that I'm scared of. I only named, 4? What about the rest of them? And that's opinionated, because what I'm scared of, you may not be. And what you're scared of, I may not be. So that, that's a varying type opinion. But it ain't too many guys that I don't think that I'm just scared of more than that. I'm just kind of that, it just depends on what you're talking about, Drew. Hurt is feared when he pulled that ball down and run it. So let's just be honest, since we being honest, man. Say it, be honest. Ain't nobody really scared of Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. Matter of fact, defensive coordinators were trying to get to that point where he has to throw the ball. That's just the truth. See? So he's feared in a sense, but not feared like you trying to put him out there like that. No. Yeah, we scared of Hurts when he run the ball. I admit that. I will admit that. Totally. But I want him throwing the ball because I know he's going to make a mistake eventually. Ain't nobody scared of Herbert, kid Cowboy. Ain't nobody been scared of Herbert since he came to the league. He ain't done nothing. Then look, he just talking about, see, this is why I told y'all. And I tell you, kid Cowboy gonna come in with the hate. So you talking about Tua. Lord have mercy. Stop. Ain't nothing to talk about. That's why I let kid Cowboy just talk. I'm just saying. There are teams that know what Dak would do. It's just the truth. Number one, Dak Prescott is your starting quarterback, which represents a change. Dak Prescott healthy equals 10 games, 10 wins. Those are facts. At least that's what the track record shows. Dak Prescott, I will agree with some of y'all, have lately shown that he's injury prone, so you don't know if he's going to make the whole season. I get it. But if he does, Cowboys going to be just fine. Number two, if Dak Prescott goes down, the season is over. Ain't nobody want to agree with me on this. Nobody want to talk about it. Nobody. But it's just the truth. I don't have no confidence in Joe Milton to lead this team for a whole season. I don't. I don't have no confidence that Will Greer will lead this team to a winning season. I don't have that type of confidence. I don't. Sorry. I don't. I already answered that question, Drew. I said, I don't know. He didn't look good before he got hurt. I gave you that. That was the fact. But you don't know if the Cowboys are going to turn things around real quick and go on a hot streak. Just like I don't know if the Cowboys are going to stay on a losing streak. I don't know. Nobody knows. He got hurt. He didn't look good before he got hurt. I give you that. I agree. I don't know what's going to happen. You don't either. All I know is when he play a whole season, this is what he does. 30-plus touchdowns, 30 touchdowns, 10-plus wins. This is what he does. I take my chances with that. Kid Cowboy, you came in late. You are the perfect poster child for what I was looking for. Dallas Cowboy fan, but they hate Dak Prescott. That's you. That's definitely you. A Dallas Cowboy fan, you are, but you hate Dak Prescott just as much as you love the Dallas Cowboys. And what I was saying was, kind of where you cheering for the Cowboys then? Because Dak Prescott success is tied to the Dallas Cowboys winning. Shit. How in the world you think the wide receivers are going to get the ball without Dak Prescott? I mean, you can't have it both ways. That's all I was saying. You can't. You can't. So why you cheer for, but I forgot Kid Cowboy. I forgot. Look, listen, I don't know Kid Cowboy if you are. I'm wondering now you're a Cowboys fan. And I know you're older. I understand. But I'm noticing that every quote unquote star Cowboy, you don't like nobody. I'm just thinking about it. You don't like Dak. You don't like C.D. Lamb. You don't like Michael Parsons. You cheer for Trey Lance, begging him to start. Cooper Rush. I'm trying to figure out who do you like on the Cowboys. I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm probably giving you too much credit. I don't think you like nobody, so I don't really know if you're a Cowboy fan. I don't know. Or is it you just don't like this version of the Cowboys, a Dak Prescott led team, no matter how many wins they have, you'll find some way to complain. They can win 13 games, you'll still say, well, it's okay. That's why I want to talk to half of the Dallas fans that want him out. I'm trying to figure out how you gonna cheer for the Cowboys. Cause he ain't going nowhere. I mean, y'all, yeah. I'm just saying. But you ain't seen Milton, kid, Cowboy. Just like you ain't seen Trey Lance play. He ain't played nowhere. Everywhere he went, he ain't played nowhere. Stop it. You just like Milton because he's just the next quarterback in the league. You ain't seen everywhere we seen Milton play at New England. There ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get it. You down CD Lamb. CD Lamb been all pro the last 3 years. Just stop it. You say he ain't this and he ain't that. Stop it. Only thing Milton will bring in is an element of running the football. Passing the ball, they say he has a rocket arm. He can throw the deep ball, but he suffers in throwing the ball short, with touch, and with accuracy. Stop it. You the same person, kid, Cowboy, that thought that Cooper Rush was supposed to start. You, matter of fact, was the same person that thought that Trey Lance was supposed to start. You also told me that I was crazy if I was saying that Trey Lance would not be here this year. I rest my case. I ain't gonna do this. Let me get on to the show. All right, now, let me get now to the flip side of that a lot of people like to hang their hat on. Number one, he ain't going nowhere now. So y'all get past that. He ain't going nowhere. He is your starting quarterback. There is no controversy in that. He will be starting for the Dallas Cowboys. $60 million a year, not sitting on the bench. Y'all know that, so let's move on. All right. I go back to now this thing that Drew got up here. I really wasn't going there, but I started there. Because, see, Drew told me to be honest. And so if I got to be honest, that means y'all got to be honest too. Y'all got to be honest too then, if I got to be honest. That record is the truth. Those are facts. Against winning teams, the quarterback who usually gets the stats, they'll say Tom Brady is, 4-0 in Super Bowls or whatever. They say Joe Montana is 4-0 in Super Bowl. Joe Montana is 4-0. They'll say Terry Bradshaw is 4-0 in Super Bowls. Terry Bradshaw is 4-0. That's what they say. That's the way it's always have been. The quarterback gets the stats. So we're not going to change the results because that's the way it's always been in football. I'm not going to do that. However, there are some facts within the 18-25 record that Drew said that Dak had. That can't be erased. But here it is, and like I said, it's the truth. But it's some truths within the truth. For instance, I'll just use this up real quick. Here, Cowboy, we already know, but your comebacks really don't make sense. So, but I'm gonna let you have your comeback because I value you as a person who like to come on the show. Your comeback. I'm ready to prove it to you because I already know you're gonna type in something. Let's use the Dallas Cowboys' last playoff game against the Green Bay Packers a couple years ago. Since I got Cowboy fans here and haters who love to see the Cowboys get destroyed or lose in dramatic fashion, Y'all in here. Let's be honest. All right. It is. Wasn't the game at halftime 35-3? Oh, I know what you got to say. I'll help you out. Dak Prescott had 2 picks. One of them was a pick 6. That's 7. So I subtract. It's 28-3. And then he had an interception that I think he scored a field goal on it. So that's points higher. So that's 10 points. So we'll subtract 3 off that. That's 25. So let's just say that 25-3. Let's just take away the pick 6. And I'm not gonna try to, act like. Not gonna act like Dak didn't throw it. I'm just saying take it away. Let's just say, for instance, that the score was 25-3. I got a question for you. I remember the show I did right after the Cowboys lost it, and I believe Kid Cowboy was one of the people there who totally blamed the whole game on Dak Prescott. I got a question for y'all. Even though that 2-5 is there, did y'all see our defense play that game? Nobody want to talk about that. Did the defense stop anybody? Yeah, Cowboy, great game you pulled up. The Saints game. Didn't the Cowboys get destroyed by the Saints 40-something to 10? Did Dak Prescott play defense against the Green Bay Packers that game? If I remember right, y'all help me out. Did not the Green Bay Packers score 6 straight touchdowns? I got to ask the question again. Y'all help me. I didn't know. Did Dak Prescott play defense at all? I do get it because I watch football and because Dak is perceived as to be if I'm not mistaken, that was the year that Dak Prescott came in second in the MVP vote. So, in which he should have won, I may add. But you figure that your MVP quarterback could at least stop the bleeding. I'll give you that. I would give you that. I would give you that. To stop some bleeding. I will give you that. I will give you that. I ain't even argue with that. You would figure that an NFL team does not score 6 straight touchdowns, but that was the defense that gave that up. But you would figure that your MVP quarterback that had a great offense that year could at least stop the bleeding, get some of the time, you know what I'm saying? Take some of the time of possession away. You would figure that we could at least score at least a field goal. We had a kicker or something like that. Could have stopped, just put a dent in it. Didn't happen. Now, I will come and say, okay, that Dak has a part to play in that part. We shouldn't have had if I remember right, we shouldn't have had, if y'all remember, I believe that the Cowboys had at least about 5 or 6 straight 3-and-outs. Oh, that's an excuse. I'll give you that. I believe it was like that. Y'all help me out if I remember right. So get this right. During that time when the Avalanche fell against Green Bay, you had the offense who couldn't get a first down in about 6 or 7 straight possessions, if I remember right. And then you had a defense who gave up 6 straight touchdowns, not field goals, touchdowns. Excuse me. Don't that sound like a team effort? I thought we were going to be honest, man. Y'all help me. Y'all help me. See, Dak did throw the pick 6. And he did throw another interception. But help me. NWB just said it perfectly. If Dak would have made no mistake, we still would have got blowed out. Because the defense didn't stop nothing. And y'all still ain't saying nothing. Kid Cowboy, I don't expect you to say nothing. You just a hater anyway. Drew, yeah, you're saying that, but you still ain't said about defense, Dan Quinn's defense getting completely out-coached. You ain't saying nothing about that. See, Dak could score 35, but if he gave up 40, what kind of sense that make? We made Jordan Love look like he was the second coming of Dan Marino. See, y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all want to say because you still on Dak. See, I get it. But you ain't telling the whole truth. You ain't telling the whole truth. I put it like this, especially Kid Cowboy, because I told you, he would love this show because he's a Dak hater. I get Drew. Drew's an Eagle fan, so I ain't really worried about Drew. His job is to hate the Cowboys and like the Cowboys don't like the Eagles. So I ain't worried about that. I'm talking about Kid Cowboy. Kid Cowboy, did the defense play well? Since you a Cowboy fan. See, you ain't never admitted it. Let's just see what Kid Cowboy. Make sure you type as quick as you are about 2 picks and stuff like that. Just put it down now. I need you to say, did the defense play well against the Green Bay Packers in their playoff game? Yes or no? Watch the excuses he's going to type up right here. Watch this. Because he said it was case closed with 2 picks. That's 1 pick counted 7 points. The other pick counted as a touchdown. So that's 14 points. What about all the other touchdowns? What about all the other touchdowns? That was Dan Quinn now, who coached marvelously in the regular season, had this defense humming. And then got to the playoff game and act like we ain't never done nothing. No, I get it. Oh, see right there, y'all? This is what I'm talking about right here. This is why I eliminate Kid Cowboy. See, instead of saying that the defense, what happened when it was 7-0 Kid Cowboy? They ain't stopping nothing. They were tired then. What about when it was 14-0? Instead, as you can see by Kid Cowboy right here, let the record show right there. He said they got tired because the quarterback couldn't drive the ball. So on the first 3 possessions, the defense was tired. Oh, okay. That's why I let Kid Cowboy just talk about. See, he won't admit the obvious. Okay? See what I'm saying? No accountability for the defense or Quinn at all. But that's okay. I'll let him have because it's been a couple years, and for a couple years, this is what Kid Cowboy said. So of course he's not gonna change his story. So we'll let it happen. See, I admit Dak did not play well at all. He was horrible. But you can't say that the defense, all you gonna offer to the table and say, well, the defense was tired. And not say that the defense didn't play well at all. Oh my God. No, you can't do that. But Kid Cowboy can, so we're gonna let him have his way. All right? See what I'm saying? There you go. See? We're gonna let Kid Cowboy have his way. If y'all conversate with him, y'all conversate with him. I'm not. See? Not gonna do it. Because see, I thought we were gonna be honest. Now, I'll say this one. Now, let's go back. Now, this is where I will be honest and point the finger at Dak. I just pointed at him and said he didn't play well against Green Bay. But still, nobody still don't want to say that the defense didn't play well. So it's kind of hard for me to acknowledge that if you ain't telling the whole truth. See? I just said Dak not playing well, but at the same time, I'm saying the defense was horrible. And for those saying that they were tired and saying that Dak helped them out, okay, what about all the other touchdowns they gave them? So nobody want to talk about that. Now, there is one playoff game that I will point to that all my Cowboy fans that love Dak, you ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. But as I said, I'm being honest about the situation. Cause see, I can do that. Unlike some other people, I can do that. The San Francisco playoff game that was in San Francisco where we lost 19-12, in which Dak threw some picks that game. I point the finger at Dak for that loss because I was saying that in the game like that where the defense obviously showed up, then it was up to the offense to show up too. Keep in mind, we didn't even run the ball. He got scared of the 49ers. Kellen Moore got scared of the 49ers defense and decided not to run the ball. There's also the game where Tony Pollard broke his leg, if you remember right. We didn't even run the ball no more. It is at that point that your quarterback, who was a Pro Bowl quarterback at the time, you got to make a play. The defense showed up. 49ers didn't have but 19 points, and one of those was a pick six against the 49ers. So really, the defense really kind of held them to 12 points themselves. Okay? You got to make a play. You got to make a play. And I will admit, at this point, here it is, the difference. I keep saying this because it's the greatest answer that I have heard from an athlete concerning good versus great or great versus Hall of Fame. And I'll say it again because it fits. A reporter asked the great Isaiah Thomas, basketball Hall of Fame guard for the Detroit Pistons, what is the difference between a good player and a great player? Isaiah Thomas said something, man, that applies to not only sports, but just to life in general. Isaiah Thomas said this. He said that the difference between a good player who's good, but that good player turns into a Hall of Fame player, are the moments that they take advantage of. The moments. He said that the good players, were presented moments, and we took advantage of them. In football, 2-minute drives, ball in your hand, that type of stuff. The moments when the pressure is on, you presented a moment to bring your team back, et cetera, stuff like that. And the players take advantage of the moment. Tom Brady is not as talented as Dan Marino. Tom Brady was not as talented as Peyton Manning. Tom Brady was not nowhere near some of these other great quarterbacks that's in the Hall of Fame, but Tom Brady is considered to be the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Why is that? Because nobody in the history of the game took advantage of the moments when they were presented to him better than Tom Brady. And that's why he's known as that. Dak Prescott has had plenty of moments that would have changed the narrative about him. Has not taken advantage of the moment. He's not. And that, true, is the truth. He's not. Right now, right there, right now, there are people who have played way less than that, who they say are more clutch than that. Really don't know if that's really the truth, but the real truth is they've taken advantage of the moment, or really did they? I saw Jalen Hurts' name come up. You know, the Super Bowl is not really, they beat up the Chiefs. Jalen won the world's championship, but what did he win? I mean, it wasn't because of Jalen. Not because of Jalen. Yeah, I understand that he was the Super Bowl MVP, but it was the clutch plays that he made. I give him that. I saw Purdy's name pop up. Purdy is when did the 49ers really had to really come back? Come on, y'all. Stop it. The 49ers usually ran over people. They really had no real close games where the ball turned over into Purdy's hand. The ball was in the hands of Christian McCaffrey. The ball was in the hands of a 5-yard bubble screen to Deebo Samuel. And he'll run it for 60 yards. Stop it. Purdy ain't really had to come back. He ain't had to do that. I don't even give that to Purdy. No. Not gonna do that. I ain't giving him to Purdy. Somebody had Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, the only reason why y'all giving credit to Matthew Stafford is because he won the Super Bowl 1 year. Other than that, you ain't say nothing about Stafford when he was in Detroit. Nothing. You ain't say absolutely nothing. Stafford played more years in Detroit more than anybody, more than any other team. He got to say Los Angeles, he won the Super Bowl, the narrative changed because he won. Stop it. I ain't giving it to Stafford. Stafford was so clutch, Detroit would have been all right those years, wouldn't he? Detroit wasn't worth a dime. Stop it. Not giving it to Matthew Stafford. Somebody said Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has been clutch since he came out the womb. I give you that one. Burrow is clutch. But here's the real truth. Since we're being honest. What does Burrow want? What does Burrow want? See, sooner or later, we got to get off that one win against Mahomes and get to Cincinnati to the Super Bowl. We got to get off that. What has he done since then? Oh, my fault. Didn't they have a losing record? But Joe Burrow was an MVP candidate. How many games did Cincinnati win last year? 6, 7? With Chase playing, with T. Higgins playing. What was all that? What was all that then? Because Burrow was all that, right? Oh, don't blame it on the defense, because see, you didn't want to give. No. You say I'm gonna stop because some of y'all need to race. Don't blame it on the defense. Because see, Cincinnati had a great offense. Cincinnati had a great offense last year. But the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. And Cincinnati had a losing record. But y'all ain't gonna blame it on Burrow though. But you'll blame it on that. Ain't that something? Well, the end of the show right there. I say I just messed some of y'all up. Because it's the truth. You'll give all credit to Burrow. And what, matter of fact, let me see. See, y'all don't want to be the truth. Y'all don't want to tell the truth. Somebody type in what was Cincinnati's record last year. Because Burrow played the whole season. Burrow was an MVP candidate with a losing record with Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was led, matter of fact, didn't Jamar Chase have a triple crown last year in receiving? Oh, Didn't Jamar Chase lead the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns last year with a losing record? Didn't T. Higgins have over 1,000 yards last year receiving, which is the reason why he got the money? Excuse me. See, y'all ain't typing fast now. Got you, don't it? See, y'all want to give credit. No, Drew. We ain't living out 3-4 years ago. No. I see you typed in Burrow is more clutch. I ain't talking about the Burrow. That was a fact. He won the AFC Championship game and won, and he did that. We ain't talking about that. It's 4 years ago. And you're right, Dak hasn't come close to that. Those are facts. But you put in Joe Burrow is clutch. What was all that clutch last year when Cincinnati had a losing record? What was it? Y'all ain't typing fast now. Where y'all at? See, you would have to admit that he didn't have a defense, and because he didn't have a defense, that's the reason why. Because you ain't gonna blame Burrow in the offense. The offense was one of the top offenses in the league. You ain't gonna blame Burrow. You gonna blame the defense. Huh? You ain't gonna blame that thing. But you'll blame Dak. But you ain't gonna blame the defense at all. But I digress, because y'all ain't typing that. So I'll leave that alone. Burrow ain't done nothing, Drew. Burrow ain't done nothing. What has he done? What has he done? He won an AFC Championship game. I give you that. That's one thing he has that Dak doesn't have on him. He got to the Super Bowl. I give you that. That's 1 year. What has he done other than that? He ain't won no division. Now y'all leaving. See, folks leaving now. See, yeah, got you. You don't want to leave. You don't want to tell the truth. See what I'm saying? Now, look, he ain't won no division. That's Baltimore, Pittsburgh. So what has he done? He ain't won division. He won division maybe one time. One or two times. Well, one or two. Oh, Lord. Now, Drew, no. You can't do that. 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 What happened when a good defense don't show up? See, that's why I was talking about the Green Bay game. Because the Cowboys did have a good defense, but they didn't show up. See, but you don't want to blame the defense, though. You don't want to do that. When they couldn't stop a nosebleed against Green Bay, the good defense they had, didn't show up. But you'll blame Dak, though. Explain why you got a great quarterback like Burrow and it's a losing season. What was Cincinnati? Y'all don't want to tell the truth. NWB, I'm glad you're here because you starting to see what I'm dealing with. See, you can't have a different standard for Dak and then a different standard for everybody else. You just can't. You can't. Even he had a good enough line to be one of the best offenses in the league last year, Drew. I disagree with that. They had one of the top offenses in the league last year. You had to have some type of line. Y'all ain't gonna help me, see. Y'all want to do it when it don't fit your narrative. I got it. I get it. I get it. Let me look at this. Yeah, let me get it, because y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all want to tell the truth. I get it. You don't want to tell the truth. Y'all want to talk about it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it back. They did not have a losing season. They were 9-8. They were 9-8. Doesn't mean it's not a good record. I'm just saying they were 9-8. That's my bad on that. 9-8. Defense was horrible. And anybody that knows about Cincinnati knows that's true. They were not suffering on offense. The defense couldn't stop absolutely nothing. But what has Burrow done? See, now we're on career stuff. Okay, what has Burrow done? He made one Super Bowl, and he did that. But what has he done? What has he done? I mean, really, what has he done? He didn't want no division. Not really. What has he done? Just a real good quarterback. He's a great quarterback. I ain't trying to knock his talent. He's a great quarterback, but at the end of the day, what has he done? He ain't done nothing. Because see, Dak gets judged by the Super Bowl. See? If that's the case, don't Burrow get judged by the Super Bowl too? As great as he is? No. Nope. I got a better one than that. Okay, let me throw one more name out. Y'all said Jalen Daniels. Jalen Daniels in his rookie season has had a lot of clutch moments. I give him that. Yes, he was. No ill shame of that. But you know, my only thing is this. I've seen a lot of one-hit wonders. Let's see if Jalen Daniels can do that again. Because if I remember right about Washington last year, how many Hail Marys did they win? You know, that's just a simple knock of football. I remember 2 games in particular that they won by Hail Mary. You know, they're just a tip. So they really could have lost those games. But of course, the football gods were with them. They caught 2 Hail Marys in one game. I've seen Washington win about 4 games. You know, that's clutch moments. Those clutch moments can easily be flipped next year. I'm just saying. He got to do it more than 1 year for me. Now, y'all may say he all that. I've seen plenty of one year wonders. It's kind of remind me of the Philadelphia Eagles with Nick Foles. Catch some lightning in a bottle for a couple weeks, go crazy. Now everybody think he's great and all this. I ain't seen Nick Foles since. We had plenty all pros on offensive line. Drew, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, the center that had retired because of his health. Forgive me for the name, just lost it right then. Him. We had all that. We had a number one. We led the league in rushing because we had the number one running back in the league at the time, in Zeke Elliott. Very healthy and young. Zeke Elliott. We had all that. Dak Prescott, however, in 2016 was nowhere near the quarterback that he is now. In 17 and 18. The stats show that. We was a run-heavy defensive football team back then. Can't even compare. Dak Prescott wasn't even the same quarterback that he is now. That's right, Travis Frederick. So yeah, we had all that and they ran the ball. Exactly. We couldn't do that. Comparing 2016 Dak to the quarterback that is now is like comparing a flea market to Walt Disney World. Stop it. Can't even compare. Can't even compare that. Dak wasn't supposed to do nothing. He was a rookie, and he was not. All he had to do was hand the ball off, make a play action pass every now and then, dump the ball off to Jason Witten. That was not. I mean, he was a rookie. nowhere near the quarterback that he is now. Even though he was offensive rookie of the year at the time. The reason why he was offensive rookie of the year because he was one of the guys that hid behind that offensive line and Ezekiel Elliott and they climbed. But when the game had to turn into Dak's hand, he didn't want the ball back then in Dak's hand for the last quarter and all that. It's a total different game back then. You can't really compare. Can't compare. Okay. Dak is a total different quarterback. Much better quarterback than he is back then. Can't compare. A lot of y'all see C.J. Stroud. Y'all went crazy over Stroud. Then you hear y'all say nothing about Stroud last year. We named the top quarterbacks in the league now. At first last year, 2 years ago, everybody said about C.J. Stroud, oh my God, he's this and he's that. Then hear C.J. Stroud named the whole year. He got replaced with Jaden Daniels. He got replaced with Josh Allen. He got replaced with Joe Burrow, with Mahomes. I just named about plenty of other quarterbacks. Golf. What we're talking about golf. Ain't nobody talking about C.J. Stroud because C.J. Stroud did not have the same year as he did his rookie year. Exactly. So I'm not concerned about 1 year wonders. Jaden Daniels got to show me again this year. I see C.J. Stroud got plenty of film on him, and they shut him down. What's up, John? They shut him down. So I don't want to hear nothing about 1 year wonders. Yes, they had a great year last year. That's a key point, Willie. Okay, which solidifies my point. It's a key point. I agree. He did lose a lot of his receivers. He did. I'm sorry. He did lose. He did lose his wide receiver. I agree with that. He did. That's a big loss. But see, Dak don't get that. Dak don't get that pass. See, I got people in here don't get Dak that pass. Dak ain't had nowhere near the receiving core until now, or until the year when Cooper and Lamb and a healthy Mike Gallup was there. Other than that, Dak ain't never had what C.J. Stroud had at wide receiver. He never had that. Not 2 or 3 number one, 2 number one. The whole thing never had that. C.D. Lamb was pretty much a rookie the first year with Cooper. Still learning. Second year, I'll give you that. C.D. Lamb was over 1,000 yards and all that. Give you that. And keep in mind, when C.D. was a rookie, that got hurt with the ankle injury. Dak ain't never had this talent in wide receiver except the year finally when he came back and Cooper and Lamb was there. He never had it. But see, Dak don't get the same pass as everybody. I got another question for you. And don't get me wrong here. Let me tell you something. Josh Allen. See, y'all love Josh Allen. Y'all love Josh Allen. 2019, I just said Lamb and Cooper were great that second year. I just said that. He had that. He had no defense, though. See, I'm a Cowboy fan. I remember all. We had no defense. We had offense. 2019, we was number 1 offense in the league. Yeah, we had offense. We did. We had no defense. Just telling the truth. It's a team game, in other words, y'all. Why y'all trying to blame? See, you ain't want to blame Burrow. See, a lot of y'all shot right now because, see, when I said Cincinnati, nobody was talking. Joe Burrow was an MVP candidate with a 9-8 record. But you didn't blame Burrow for the 9-8 record. You didn't blame him for that. But if the Cowboys were 9-8, you blame that. Okay. You blame that for the loss against Green Bay. 35 to whatever, 35 to 3 at halftime. They scored 40 on us. Could have scored 60, to be honest with you. You didn't blame the defense, just like you want to blame Cincinnati's defense. See, you ain't blame the defense of the Cincinnati Bengals, but you want to blame that for the defense getting their brains beat out. It's different standard. How about Josh Allen? Let me get to Josh Allen. The MVP of the National Football League. Incredibly talented. Always has been. Will give you ESPN top plays of the week. He will always be on there doing football season because he's going to do something incredible. Josh Allen does that. Josh Allen is dangerous because he can run the football. He can pass the football. Josh Allen going to give you major league stats every year. But there's one stat that y'all don't never want to talk about Josh Allen. He didn't do it last year. But every other year before then, Josh Allen led the league in turnovers. Double-digit interception. And always had multiple fumbles. But nobody don't want to talk about that part, right? Y'all didn't want to talk about that. And please don't say, well, Buffalo always wins. Ladies and gentlemen, the AFC East is trash. And they still are trash. The Jets, the Dolphins, and the Bills, and the Patriots. Ever since Tom Brady left the Patriots hadn't done absolutely nothing. Again, I say, winning the AFC East ain't talking about numbers. Some of y'all like to say the NFC East is trash, the easiest division in football. No, sir. No, ma'am. The East division in football the last 10 years almost have been the AFC East. The Jets, Patriots, and the Dolphins. Of course, Buffalo was going to win the division. Of course, Josh Allen going to win that division. He ain't playing nobody. Y'all ain't say nothing about him losing every year to Mahomes. And please don't come to me talking about, well, you at least made the AFC Championship game. If Dak Prescott made the NFC Championship game, y'all would not give him the same pass that you give Josh Allen. You would not. You would say, my goodness, but Dak can't win the big one. Excuse me, but Josh Allen hadn't won the big one. To this day, all Josh Allen has on his resume is he's an AFC multiple time AFC East division champion. Okay, I'm sorry. And he's won more playoff games. I give you that. Okay, I give you that. That's good. But Josh Allen ain't really got nothing on his resume either. He should have won the MVP last year. Lamar Jackson supposed to have won that. They gave it to him because they were tired of Lamar Jackson winning. Y'all want to tell the truth. Y'all gave credit to Matthew Stafford for 1 year with the Rams and done actually totally eliminated all those years with Detroit. Really? Same Matthew Stafford that was young, same rocket arm, same all that, but couldn't absolutely do nothing. He had Megatron with him. What did he do with Megatron? The only time they played well was on Thanksgiving. Y'all kill me with the different standards, man. Y'all kill me with that. Y'all kill me with that. Y'all kill me with that. Josh Allen ain't won nothing. And y'all, some of y'all will give credit because I saw Herbert's name up here. Ladies and gentlemen, what has Herbert done? Period. What has he done? What has Justin Herbert done? What has he done? He ain't won no division because he in the same division with Mahomes. And even if he was, he barely was in second place. The Chargers ain't won hardly no playoff games. They barely didn't even make it for 1 year. What has he done? You've been to the Pro Bowl. Dak has to. But you'll quickly say Justin Herbert is better than Dak Prescott. How? What has he done? See, y'all, what has he done? See, you ain't typing now. See, you ain't typing. But you'll say that Justin Herbert better than him. I'm trying to figure this thing out, y'all. I'm trying to figure out the standards. Because it seems as if there's a different standard depending on who the quarterback is. See, Stephen A. Smith had poisoned y'all. Dak Prescott, in order for him to be successful, because see, all he got to do is win the Super Bowl. Anything else, he's trash. Everybody else though, everybody else get a pass. Trevor Lawrence ain't won nothing. Some of y'all think that Trevor Lawrence better than that. Then some of y'all go, well, if you get put Trevor Lawrence behind that line that the Cowboys have, watch what he'll do. Please. Stop. Y'all standards are different. So if you're other than Drew, Drew is an Eagle fan. And if Kid Cowboy is still in here, I'm gonna put him in that category too. Cause I just don't understand how he a Cowboy, man. I don't get it. Now when you hate every star that's on the team. So Kid Cowboy is there. I'm gonna put him over there with Drew. That you're supposed to hate the Cowboys. You're supposed to. But if you're a Cowboy fan and you hate your quarterback, I don't know how you're going to chip the Cowboys. Because the success of your quarterback is tied to the success of your other favorite players. CD ain't catching no ball from a tackle. I'm just saying. CD Lamb is not catching the ball from Tyler Smith. Okay. In order for him to catch the ball, got to come from Dak Prescott. Those 1,014, 1,500 yards CD get, all that, and all pro and all that, it got to come from somewhere, right? CD is a beast. CD is a dog. CD is okay. Who throwing him in football? Who? Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. Y'all just don't like Dak Prescott, which is another whole show by itself. So the real question is, because see, as I said on yesterday, if you take away the name and the face and present the numbers of this specific quarterback, you would say this is a pretty good quarterback. It's a real good quarterback. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that now. Glad I do that. Cause see y'all, I'm finna do that. And since y'all know I'm finna pull up his stats. And I'm gonna pull up the playoff stats too, because see some of y'all got stuff messed up. Because you're gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all gonna be shocked. Y'all just talking. I'm talking with facts. You see right here. See, let me see this. Okay. Yeah. Y'all come here for just a second. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Thank y'all for hanging. Look at that. Take the face and the name out, which you can't, because you know this is Dak's numbers. Oops. I mean, I'm just looking at it. Let's go to completion percentage. Let's just look. And the narrative of him about being hurt. You know, I see 16 4 straight years. You see this right here, games G, stands for games, and GS stands for games started. That's that fourth column. That's 16 out of 16 first 4 years. Then he tore his ankle up, as we know. He only played 5 games. Then he came back the next year and played 16. Then he got hurt and missed a few games, 12 games. And then last year, the year before that, 17 out of 17. Then on last year, only played 8. Won't you look at his record from this right here? 13-3. So y'all ain't gonna get that. See, y'all get Burrow credit, but then you'll say 13-3. That was the line. Y'all killed me. 9-7 the next year. 10-6. 16, he went 8-8. The 5 games that he played was 2-3. 11-5. 8-4 the next year in limited game. 12-5. And then 3-5 last year before he got hurt. He has an overall record, as you can see, of 76-46. Can I interest you in that? That's a pretty good record, right? That's 30 games over 500. Can I interest you in that? Sound like a pretty good quarterback to me. Let's skip over to, as you can see in completion percentage, he's always in the top in that area. That's what you want the quarterback to be, right? That's why I said earlier, you're going to get you at least 10 wins. Okay? Look at the touchdown compared to the interception. You can see, starting off rookie, they still got the training wheels on. 2019, when things started, that's when we got Cooper, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 30. That's when the 30 started up. Got hurt that next year, wasn't there. 37 the following year when he came back. 23, he got hurt that year. When he played the whole season, 36 touchdowns. Then last year only had 11 compared to his interception rate. Out of 9 years, he's been double digits only 4 times. In interception, he got 213 touchdowns to 82. That sounds pretty good to me. See, if you look at his numbers, you'll be saying that's a pretty good quarterback. But here's the part y'all want to talk about. The playoffs. 2-5. Let's look at his numbers for the playoff games, y'all. 2016, 24-38, 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. 2018, 42-65. See, that's because we were down by so much. See what I'm saying? 42-65 out of 65, 492 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sound like he played a pretty good game that game, don't it? I'm just saying. 2021, 23-43. There's a lot of misses. 254 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. That is the 49er game. 2022. No, this ain't right. 48-70. This was against Tampa Bay. This is Kellen Moore. 48-70. 511 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That's a pretty good game, yeah. 2023. 41-60. 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And I understand a lot of that, in context, a lot of that was what you would consider garbage yards because the teams are playing zone, they up 35-3 and all that type of stuff. So you're not playing a lot of man. You're giving up everything in the middle and all that. So it's somewhat easier and all that type of stuff. I get that. those numbers are slightly incomplete. Other than the New England game, not the New England, I mean the Tampa Bay game, because Dak flat out destroyed Tampa Bay. Other than that game, everything else is kind of context is kind of questionable. I give you that. But if you're just going by stats, since a lot of y'all go by stats, for 5 games, 2-5, Dak has 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. His passer rating is, his passer rating is, oh, excuse me, y'all. Look, his worst passer rating in a playoff game, 69.3. In 2016, he had a 103 quarterback rating. 2018, he had a 91 quarterback rating. 2022 playoff game, he had a 101 playoff rating. And then in 2023, he had 89. So, I know y'all want... the stats don't... I know that he threw a couple pick sixes. I get it. But it's not act like he didn't show up. Because the stats say he showed up. Y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all don't want to tell the truth. Hey, Kid Cowboy, you might have quiet when I was talking about the other quarterback. See, now that you done seen the stats, because it's right there in front of your face, now you want to say he got stats. That's what you really saying. He just stat king. All that matters 2-5. That ain't right, Kid Cowboy, because see, you ain't telling the whole truth. Where was the defense? Again, I say, where was the defense against Green Bay? But I forget, you gonna blame Dak for all the losses. I get because you say he 2-5. As if it's his fault. Again, look at the numbers. And I just said some of that was, empty calorie yards, if you want to say that, because the Cowboys was down 35-3 against Green Bay, if I remember, with Aaron Rodgers. And then the Green Bay game with Jordan Love, it was 35-3, I believe, at halftime. I get all that. I agree with you. The defense lighten up a little bit. They giving cushion. They want, all that type of stuff. I get it. So there's context even in that. I give you that. And I agree in some cases. You can't say that. You can't say it's all on him. Like you trying to say it. So you can't say that. So let me go and get you back quiet, Kid Cowboy, because you want to show up when it's Dak time. What happened to Burrow with 9-8? And he emptied stat then? If your team went 9-8, and you had the number 2 offense in the league last year. Let me. Because I'm going to have to be factual. Drew told me to be factual. I got to be factual. I just want to see what was Cincinnati. Cincinnati was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were the 9th ranked. Oh my God. Oh my God, Kid Cowboy. Stop it. So you just disqualifying yourself. They had the number 9 ranked offense in the league. And here you go with your excuse. You just sit your own self up. Might as well just go on back in the corner now. Because see, when you start talking about Burrow on them, there you go. You say Burrow really had no help. Did Dak Prescott have help on defense, Kid Cowboy? Did Dak Prescott have in the Green Bay game, playoff game? And they were down 35. And Burrow was so great that they had the number 9 offense in the league, and Burrow was an MVP candidate. And Jamar Chase was the number 1 receiver in the NFL last year. T. Higgins was a killer on the other side, and their offense was so potent. Then wasn't Burrow good enough to get them where they need to be? Or is 9 and 8 acceptable? Be quiet now, kid guy. Well, you were typing fast. Where you at now? It's 30. Did Dak have help on defense? Did Dak have help on defense against Green Bay? I ain't asked you that. Did Dak have help on defense? You talking about who owned the team. I ain't asked you that. Did Dak Prescott have the help on defense? It was 35-3. I know you want to blame the pick 6 and act like the pick 6 count as 28 points. I get that. I understand. But it don't. I understand the other pick count when they scored a touchdown. I get it. So you can attribute 4. You know. Oh, no, kid cow. I ain't asked you that. See that deflection part is the part that make me laugh about you. Because I asked you, very simple, did the defense help out? Since you want to blame the defense of the Bengals, I want to know, did the Cowboys defense help out Dak when they were down 35-9? 3, I mean. Did they help him out? 6 straight touchdowns. You want to deflect and talk about 9. I ain't asked you that. Since you want to give Burrow a pass, see right there. There you go. See, that's why I don't talk to you, kid cowboy. I'm done talking to you. See, you refuse to tell the truth. But I get it. That shows that you really, truly are a Dak Prescott hater. I see it's the same thing. Burrow got the 9 and 8. Such a great quarterback. I ain't ever seen an MVP candidate that from a 9 and 8 team. Burrow led the league in touchdowns. I can't get no help in here. I can't understand why Cincinnati wasn't in a better place then. Huh? You got different standards, Cowboy. You just proved it. Right? Back to the regular schedule program. Now, I'm done when I tell you this. Whether you want to admit it or not, the success of the Dallas Cowboys, a lot of it, not all of it, a lot of it falls in the lap of Dak Prescott. That don't mean he got to throw for 5,000 yards. It don't mean he got to throw for 40 touchdowns. It don't mean that at all. It means he has to guide the ship. There'll be times where he just need to be a game manager. And then there's times where he got to go into the phone booth and put the tape on. Because the running game may not be working. Hello. And since a lot of y'all love to say that he's a regular season quarterback, guess what? You got to get to the regular season before you get to the playoffs. So since you like to get, there's a backwards way of saying that you know he going to have a good year because it's the regular season. That's what he does. That's what he does. He has good regular season. So since y'all know he does that, then you know you should expect what he's going to do if he's healthy, of course. He needs to be a game manager, and then he also needs to be an MVP candidate at times. And he's capable of both. Can he do it? We'll see. But whether you like it or not, in Dak we trust. Well, you ain't got to trust him. I ain't got to say. But if you want your Cowboys to win, a lot of it gonna be in Dak Prescott's hand. This show has proved. All you gotta do is look at the comments. That there are double standards. No, Greg, how you doing, sir? Never met you before. Appreciate you. The Texan signed Nick Chubb. The Texans signed Nick Chubb, not the Bengals. All this proves is that there are double standards with other quarterbacks and Dak Prescott. There are other standards. There are different standards. There are. Every quarterback has different. That's what this chat, at least some of these people in this chat, that's what it proves. Same standards that they have with Dak Prescott, they do not have it for others. There are no excuses for Dak Prescott by some in here, and then there are excuses for others. All you gotta do is look at the comments. They blame owners. They don't blame Burrow. They blame the owners. They're too cheap. Cowboys cheap too. You see what I'm saying? It's different. It's different standards. Defense didn't step up for the Bengals, but the defense ain't no factor for the Cowboys. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just a different set of standards. The next show I ought to have is, why do you really hate that Prescott? That's really what I want. That's what I want to show. Kid Cowboy, ain't no sense you talking about, because even if he proves it, you still will find a way to find out. To go off. He can't prove nothing to you. Dak Prescott could get at the end of the year, raise the trophy up as Super Bowl champion, and you would still find a way to not give him credit. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, you'll say something like, "Or if it wasn't for Pickens," as if Pickens caught the ball down. You'll say, "If it wasn't for the defense, the Cowboys wouldn't have won." You'll find a way. So if it wasn't for Jerry going to get George Pickens, you'll find a way. You'll find it. You won't give him credit. You won't give him credit. So even if he proved himself, you wouldn't. Dak Prescott had the Super Bowl trophy in one hand, the MVP of the league in another hand, and you still will find a way to discredit him. That's where you are. That's where you are. And it's okay. It's okay to do admit it. It's okay. It's okay. That's why I ain't gonna give you credit. That's why I ain't gonna say nothing. Because I already say that. Joe says, I believe if Dak has a down year this year, he's gone next year. No, you mean 2 years. So he will get this year, Joe, and he will also get next year. They can board out of his contract after 2. They can do something. I don't know if it's really total board out. He's got at least 2 years. He got this season, and he got next season. So for those that hate him, you got at least another 2 years to deal with. I think those 2 years are fully guaranteed. I believe that's the reason why we won't break it down. So it's really the 3rd year. It's really the 3rd year that they can do something different. So the bottom line is, as I said before, he goes down, season is over. He gets injured for a lot of games, the season is over. That's been proven. If he stays healthy, the track record says, and we just showed you before, he's due to give you at least 10 games. The 10 games get you in the playoffs? Maybe not. You know how great everybody else has. 11 definitely should get these. 10 and 7 may not get you to the playoffs. It may not. 11 and 6 will. We'll see. I'm just trying to see how y'all gonna cheer for everybody else on the Cowboys team, especially your offensive players, and their whole success is based off of their quarterback throwing them the football. Somebody got to make some logic out of it. Unless you're a hater like Kid Cowboy, and you don't like CeeDee Lamb, you don't like, I'm quite sure you don't like George Pickens, you don't like, you know what I'm saying, you don't like Dak. He might like Jake Ferguson, but even if he does, your success, Jake Ferguson's success, is based off of Dak Prescott throwing him the football. So I don't know how you cheer for those guys, and it's based off of Dak Prescott. I don't understand. Somebody got to help me. I really don't understand. I don't know. But some kind of way, y'all talking about delusional Cowboys. I don't know. All right, I'm done. In Dak we trust. You know why in Dak we trust? We ain't got no other choice. That's why. We don't have no other choice. That's why. It is set in stone that Dak Prescott is your starting quarterback. That's it. We ain't got no other choice. In Dak we trust. You don't have no other choice. You don't have no other choice. You got to trust him. Well, some of us. But you ain't got to trust him. We want the Cowboys to be successful. A lot of their ties into the hands of Dak Prescott. It is what it is. That's the bottom line. Joe says, if you go down, I got confidence in Joe Mills. Hey, I ain't finna this ministry. I'll let you have it. Okay. All right. No, it's not. It's not that. It's just that it's been proven that if Dak Prescott go down, Kid Cowboys have no chance. Cooper Rush? No. I ain't gonna even mention your quarterback, Trey Lance, because he ain't never get in. Andy Dalton? No. Dak Prescott, you got a chance to win the division. Got a chance to make the playoffs. Everybody else? No. That's what the track record said. Is Joe Milton that guy? Well, hopefully we don't have to find out. It's just this simple. It's going to be a fun year. When the Cowboys win, I guarantee you, Kid Cowboy going to come on here and do everything under the sun to try to not give Dak Prescott any credit for the win. But oh Lord, when they lose, he gonna be loud. I ain't about saying that Kid Cowboy. Drew Brees played for a long time. He finally got the year and won. Peyton Manning played for a long time. He didn't win the Super Bowl for a lot of years later. Our quarterbacks that had to win. There were a lot of them that didn't have to win. There were a lot of them that didn't make it at all. They were great. Hey, man, they had to wait a long time before you find the baby. Drew Brees. The reason why I'm saying that because they're two great quarterbacks. Great quarterbacks. Great quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see. But one thing about it, Dak Prescott will be on the center week 1. We fly to Philadelphia. And if he don't get hurt, he'll be back there every week. Exactly. Elway, as great as he was, he had to wait 16 years. So the bottom line is he gave you one. 10 years ain't nothing. Now when you have quarterbacks who played longer than that and didn't win, you had to wait. Nobody said he was Elway and Manning. You just talked about the years of waiting before you finally won. You act as if 10 years is the end all be all. You got quarterbacks who played much longer and finally won. That's all we say. Those are facts. Yours is innuendo. Man, say the Blue Breeze. Yeah, he said it. You talking about the years. That's why I say you deflect. You don't listen to content. Don't listen to content. Nobody compared. Nobody ain't foolish enough to say that Dak Prescott is on the level that of Peyton Manning, John Elway, or Drew Brees. Nobody ain't even saying that. Period. We talking about the years they had to wait before they finally won. And it was over 10 years. Oh, I'm saying. Got a lot of deflection in you, Cap. Got a lot of deflection. You need to stay within the context of what the podcast is about. Not make it be what you want it to be. But that ain't what we're saying. 10 years on one team without winning anything is not normal. We'll go back to the quarterback you just called out, Drew Brees. How many years did he play with the Saints before he finally won? Hello. How many years did John Elway play with the Denver Broncos before he finally won? Just scroll up, you'll see your answer. 16 years. How long did Peyton Manning play with the Colts before he finally won? May not been 10, but probably about 8, 9, something like that. See, you're killing your own narrative too. Whatever I say, you ain't thinking too quick, I guess. You just got the answer right there, right above them. I'm out, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you guys later this week. Y'all enjoy y'all night. Some of y'all hilarious. Yeah, he did. Drew Brees started with the Chargers, didn't win nothing else. You count those years too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he was great, but you know what I'm saying? See how Kid Cowboy when he's sick. See right there, we just talking about. Look, I want to show y'all how Kid Cowboy is. So I told you. You know he ain't. You got him when he started deflecting. He says 10 years on one team without winning anything is not normal. I just named 3 quarterbacks that had 10 plus years before they finally won. Then look what he say right after that. He deflect and go back and say, he'd be gone on any. Know what he say? He'd be gone on any other team. Talking about that. Hey, see you. Okay. See, they say what say right there. I'm gonna kill your narrative again. The Colts didn't get rid of Manning, did they? The Saints didn't get rid of Drew Brees, did they? The Denver Broncos sure did not get rid of Elway, didn't they? He'll be gone on any other team. No, ain't know about that. They kept there. See what I'm saying? You Kid Cowboy, you making yourself look bad. Just stop it. Stop it. You're deflecting now. So because you're wrong. So you're deflecting. You don't want to tell the truth. But your own words put you in the kind of handcuff. Just stop it. Oh my God. You ain't gonna say that's not normal. It's normal if you got a great player. See, you acting like quarterbacks grow on trees. Why you think they kept Peyton Manning? Why you think they kept John Elway? Why you think they kept all these guys? Why you think they kept Drew Brees? Because they were great players. They know we ain't gonna get no better quarterback in free agency. We're not gonna get a better quarterback in the draft. We're gonna stick with this because he's one of the best players in the league. That's why. Somebody, it ain't normal. It is normal when you got a great player. Don't just get rid of a Peyton Manning. Are you crazy? They did to get Andrew Luck. I give you that. But where did that get him? Oh, Andrew Luck wasn't as great as Peyton Manning. Oh. The Denver Broncos, until last year, have been looking for a quarterback ever since Elway left. Until Bo Nick showed up. How many years between is that? Quarterbacks don't grow on trees. The Saints ain't been on a worth of a dime since Drew Brees left. How many years has that been? The quarterbacks don't grow on trees. So let's stop that. Now you're talking like you don't get it. It's okay. It's okay. All right, I'm out of here. I see Karam in here. Karam said Big Ben. All those years. He finally won. But Ben won early though, Karam. Ben won early. But he was game manager that first Super Bowl they won against Seattle. He's more of a game manager. So, it's different. All right, I'm out. Kid Calvin says CJ Stroud is the best NFL quarterback in Texas. Awful. I guess you're gonna eliminate his bad year last year, his second year, Kid Cowboy. I know you still living off his rookie year, which he was great. Second year was not good at all. I know he had some injuries and receivers that he lost, and all that type of stuff. See, you'll come and make those excuses for him. You ain't gonna get no excuses for Dak. But you gotta do more than 1 year to be better than Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. Dak got too many good seasons on his resume. They're going against a guy who only did it 1 year. Different game back then, Kid Cowboy. Troy Aikman, that was a different game. It was a primarily running league back then. However, Mike Irvin did not suffer at all with his stats. And you had a quarterback in Troy Aikman who could be Superman. But when you look at Troy Aikman's stats for those games, there wasn't a whole lot of games he was throwing for 350. He wasn't throwing for no 350. Emmett was carrying that team. That offensive line carrying that team. Troy Aikman would throw for 220 yards and walk straight into the Hall of Fame because he was a great quarterback. He was. But the Cowboys weren't dependent upon Troy Aikman back then. But he could light your tail up if you put him in that position. I'll give you that credit. I will say that. Different game back then. It wasn't to run and shoot offenses of now. Different game. Different game. All right, I'm done for real. Y'all have a good day. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Y'all enjoy. Always, y'all enjoy Father's Day. Hope everybody treats you right. It's our one day. Look, if they give you just a pair of socks, be happy. But we can't do everything like Mother's Day did. Y'all know that Mother's Day is the second highest rated holiday. If you want to call it a holiday, Mother's Day is really not a holiday. But it's the second highest rated, only behind Christmas. Father's Day is way down there. I'm talking about Halloween. I looked it up yesterday. Halloween is ranked higher than Father's Day. Isn't that incredible? Goose and goblins get more credit than fathers. Isn't that incredible? In your spare time, look it up on Google and look up the most celebrated holidays. You will be shocked to see what Father's Day falls. You will be shocked. You will be shocked to see what Halloween is celebrated more than Father's Day. Incredible. Mother's Day is second. It's not even a holiday. Mother's Day is second. Only behind Christmas. Only behind Christmas. Father's Day is way down there. Y'all look it up for yourself. Y'all check it out. It's unbelievable. A haunted house get more respect than Father's Day. Ain't that something? Unbelievable. But enjoy your families. Whoever's doing something for you, if it's dinner, if you just get a bottle of cologne, be happy. You know, we go all out for Mother's Day. Just be happy for anything. If they give you a t-shirt, just praise God for it. Praise the Lord for it. It is what it is. Be happy. If you get just one slice of cake or one cupcake, just hey, at least you got that. Hug your children, hug your grandchildren, be happy. On this day, I celebrate all you dads that are here and say job well done. And if it's not a job well done, guess what? You're breathing. So that means you got another chance to make things right. Make things right. Make things right. You're breathing. Those are your babies. If you ain't talk to them, pick up the phone. Text. Do something. Stop waiting on them. And your children, that mean they have a child's mind. Make the initiative. You the daddy. Make the initiative. Do something different. The longer that you wait, the longer the time that you allow the devil to show up. Get into the child's mind. If the mothers blame you for this and all that type of stuff, listen, stop using the child as a piece like you're in a chess game. Stop it. That's their daddy. They got a right to be with their father or talk to their daddy and all that type of stuff. Have the stuff that some women say about them. I'm already have the stuff that some women say are lies against their father anyway. Your relationship just didn't work out. That don't mean that the child relationship should be in trouble. Let me go ahead and leave. Stop. Talk to your children. They're your children. Happy Father's Day to everybody. All right. Y'all enjoy yourself. Have a blessed day on tomorrow. I'm out of here. I've been on here too long. This has been the one and the only. I'll see y'all guys next week. The Big Time Show.